Open Google Maps, zoom into Western Europe. You will see a tiny country between France, Germany, and Belgium. That is Luxembourg. It has no coastline, no oil, no natural gas, no massive population. It is just 2,586 square kilometers, smaller than Rhode Island, smaller than many global cities. Population in 2025? Around 690,000 people. Yet Luxembourg's GDP per capita in 2025 was about $140,941 according to the World Bank. Compare that to United States, United Kingdom, Germany. Per person, Luxembourg is nearly twice as wealthy as the average American. So how did this small landlocked nation become the richest country on Earth? The answer begins with steel, but it does not end there. In the early 1900s, Luxembourg was an industrial country built on iron ore and steel. It became home to ArcelorMittal, now the world's largest steel producer. Even today, steel contributes roughly 7% of the economy. But steel alone cannot explain a GDP per capita above $140,000. The real transformation started in 1929. Luxembourg passed the holding company law. It allowed international firms to create holding structures that reduce double taxation on global income. In simple terms, Luxembourg positioned itself as a place where international capital could legally flow, park, and grow efficiently. While countries like Norway built wealth from oil, Luxembourg built wealth from financial intermediation. Economists once argued that small states without natural resources would remain economically dependent. Luxembourg proved that geography is not destiny. Fast forward to 2026. The financial sector contributes about 35 to 36% of Luxembourg's GDP. But here is the astonishing part. Luxembourg's investment fund industry manages approximately 7.4 trillion euros in assets. Converted to dollars, that is over 8 trillion US dollars. This makes Luxembourg the second largest fund domicile in the world after the United States. Now consider this, Luxembourg's total GDP is around $90 to $100 billion, yet it manages assets roughly 70 to 80 times its own economic output. That scale is extraordinary. Singapore manages around $4 trillion in assets with 5.6 million people. Luxembourg manages more than double that with less than 700,000 people. Per capita, Luxembourg dominates global finance. This is financial concentration at its peak. Nearly 47% of Luxembourg's population consists of foreign nationals. Portuguese, French, Italian, and German professionals dominate the workforce. In the financial sector alone, foreign nationals represent over 80% of employees. This is a cross-border talent hub. Each financial employee generates roughly 236,000 euros in value added annually, more than double the national average. That productivity explains the income levels. The average annual salary in Luxembourg is around 83,000 US dollars, the highest in the European Union. Now zoom out again on the map. To the north lies the Ardennes forest region, known as Oisling. About 1/3 of the country is covered in forest. Luxembourg is consistently ranked among the safest countries in the world. It has only 2 prisons nationwide. It was also the first country on Earth to make all public transport completely free. Buses, trams, and trains cost zero. Yet Luxembourg also has the highest car ownership rate in the world, about 647 cars per 1,000 inhabitants. Germany has around 590 per 1,000. Wealth shows up even in mobility statistics. Luxembourg is expensive. In 2026, it ranks among the top 15 most expensive countries globally. A single person needs between 3,000 and 4,000 euros per month to live comfortably. A family of 4 may need 6,000 to 8,000 euros monthly. Groceries cost 10 to 20% more than in France or Germany. A mid-range dinner for 2 costs around 90 euros. Utilities for an apartment can reach 350 euros per month. Haircuts cost around 38 euros. But high wages offset high costs. Healthcare is subsidized, reimbursing 80 to 90% of expenses. Fuel is often cheaper than in neighboring countries due to lower taxation. Economists call this a high-income, high-cost equilibrium. The IMF has described this country as a jurisdiction where GDP is distorted by multinational tax structuring. Around $12 trillion globally flows through special purpose entities, and it hosts a significant share of these structures. Critics argue this inflates national income statistics. Supporters argue it simply created efficient financial infrastructure in a globalized economy. With the OECD global minimum tax and EU reforms, it faces pressure. Yet the country continues diversifying into alternative funds, fintech, and green finance. Alternative funds now represent roughly 36% of total fund assets, up sharply over the past decade. That shows adaptation. Drive across Luxembourg from north to south. It takes less than 1 hour. Yet within that small space lies one of the most sophisticated financial systems on Earth. Argentina is 1,000 times larger in land size. Its GDP per capita is around $12,000. Luxembourg's is more than 11 times higher. Size does not determine prosperity. Institutional quality does. Luxembourg did not strike oil. It engineered a system. So here's the real question. Is Luxembourg the smartest economic strategist in modern Europe? Or is it proof that global finance rewards tax optimization more than productivity? Either way, this tiny country between giants quietly became the financial capital of Europe, and almost no one talks about it at this depth.